Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the RathCo Gaming channel. I am your host, Robert Robbie Rath, and this is another episode of the RathCo original program, Deep Thoughts. Now, before I begin, let me just say that this episode is going to be a particularly short one. Within this episode, we will be discussing the topic of suitable topics. Oh, let me get my hair out of the way. Okay, so the main reason I've decided to touch on this subject is due to the fact that there have been a few naysayers whom have expressed negative feedback concerning my refusal to speak about religion. So I wanted to tell you all and explain exactly why I refuse to talk about certain topics. So sit back, relax, and listen as I fill you all in on something I like to call my creative process. Each and every time I produce an episode of Deep Thoughts, or any video for that matter, I sit down and brainstorm, and I write down all the possible topics and subject matter that I can select from. However, I have to ensure that the topics I select to be discussed will not offend anyone. Because, as I've always said, to me, the opinion of each and every one of you is what truly matters to me. So I want to make sure that every one of you that watches my content is satisfied and does not feel like it's been a waste of their time, or that they feel insulted or offended in any way. And nowadays, that can prove to be rather difficult. So now I'm going to give you all a few examples of topics I refuse to incorporate into this program, and topics you will never hear me incorporate into this program unless a miraculous, giant, great reason occurs. Okay, first things first. Number one topic I will never discuss are topics related to a person's sexual orientation or preference. I believe that a person's sexual orientation or preference is not anyone else's business. Topics relating to the subject of sex are really not appropriate for YouTube anyways, and furthermore, it would be very offensive to speak about anyone's sex life or sexual activities for that matter. What people choose to enjoy is their business, not mine and not anyone else's. Number two, religion. There has always been conflict when it comes to discussing religious beliefs, okay? Even if you approach the topic with an open mind and polite attitude, the chances of this topic causing an all-out online battle scene is, in my opinion, unacceptably high. So yeah, no, not touching the topic of religion. I personally have no problems with anyone's religious beliefs. I believe that each of us has the right to trust and believe in whatever the hell we want. Topic number three, politics. For things having to do with political views and opinions, such as voting preferences and choices, all the way up to personal opinions about certain elected officials, I tend to stay out of all political debates, and I would very much like to avoid causing a political debate, which is the number one reason I strongly avoid the topic of politics. I say the same thing regarding politics as I did for religion. Everyone is entitled to their own personal opinions. Not to mention, I've never been interested in which figurehead is placed into the office of president. Because, and this, by the way, is the only political thing you will ever hear me say, but in my opinion, the president is not the sole person who makes the final decisions. It is a collaborative government effort between legislative, executive, and judicial branches of the United States government and Congress. Of course, I could be wrong, just my opinion, you know. Number four, and final, drama and conflict. I would much rather cause people to smile than to frown. And due to this fact, I tend to avoid causing any drama or arguments, which is exactly why, when and if individuals comment on my content with negative feedback, I simply accept it. And if they are correct in their statements, then I work to correct the issue. And if they are wrong and are just plain ignorant, or acting like a child when a toy is taken away, then I will do one of two things. I will either nicely comment back and explain to them that, okay, your voice and opinion have been heard, but we are going to end this debate now in order to maintain professionalism and peace here on RathCo Gaming. Or, if that method fails and the individual continues to post rude or offensive comments, I will simply remove said comments. However, if it still keeps up, I will first report the individual or individuals to YouTube, and then, depending on the specific situation, I may decide to remove whatever content that the offensive comments are located on. But that's a worst case scenario because the last thing I really want to do is take down good content that people enjoy. Alright, well folks, that about covers things for this topic. Thank you all so much for all of your support for the RathCo Corporation, which includes both of our channels. Please be sure to like and subscribe, turning on all notifications for RathCo Gaming, as well as our other channel where you can find all of our non-gaming content, which is called RathCo Outdoors. For those of you whom are interested in helping us out to make better content and continue our daily uploads and overhead costs, feel free to check out the link to our PayPal page, which can be located on the homepage of the RathCo Gaming channel, where you can choose to donate. It can also be found under the About tab of the channel. So again, thank you all, and whether you donate or not, you are all a part of the RathCo family, and I love each and every one of you. Not in a Kathy Bates with a sledgehammer way. But yeah, have a great evening. And before I say goodbye, I would just like to say that anyone who does choose to donate needs to email me, because I want to be able to communicate with you and convey to you exactly where your donations are going should you choose to donate. Again, by the way, it is very important that you all understand donations are optional and they're not expected. Okay? And they are very much appreciated if you do choose to donate, but always remember, donations hold no impact on your importance when it comes to my opinion of you all. You all kick ass, you all rock, and thank you all so much for supporting my channels, for watching my content, and for making my channels what they are today. Because without you people, what's the point? So everyone, look out for the Umbrella Corporation, try not to get bit by zombies, try to have a great evening, and always remember to try to help others and be as kind as you possibly can to those whom return that kindness to you. In closing, have a wonderful evening. Love you guys. See you next time.